So now that we have assembled our rover, we want to make it move. How does a rover move? Well, it has wheels. Our rover has 3 wheels, and 2 of them have motors. And if those wheels turn, then the rover will move. So what do we have to do to make the wheels turn? Well, the wheels are connected to the motors, and the motors are connected to the motor bit, and the motor bit is connected to the microbit. We need to tell the microbit to turn the motors. How do we do that? In the following, I will be testing the rover by letting the rover move on my table. If you do so, then please make sure that the rover is on the table and remains on the table. However, I really recommend that you use the rover test block, which is just a short piece of a 2x4. When you set the rover on the test block and you start it, you can still see how the wheels move, and there is no danger that the rover would fall off the table. Make sure the rover doesn't fall. We need to write. We go to Advanced and go to Pins, and the motors are connected to pin 1 and 2, so we take a analog write pin block, move it in on start, and we do a analog write pin to pin 1 to, let's put 500 there. Then we put a pause for 1 second, and we put another analog write pin to pin 1 to 0. We connect the microbit to the computer, and we upload our program to the microbit. And nothing happens because we didn't turn the motor bit on. Now let's do it again. Disconnect, turn the motor bit on, and the rover moves. So let's do it again with the reset button. We can rerun the program, and we see that the rover turns left because only the left wheel turns. Okay, so what we really need to do is we need 2 analog write pins for both wheels. So we copy the command and make another analog write pin to P2, and we copy the other one too to stop both to P2. And we connect the microbit, turn it off, download, upload to the microbit. Both wheels turn, but the left wheel turns forward and the right wheel turns back. So what we really need is we need a another direction for the right wheel, which is a digital right pin before all that. To pin 12 of 1, upload, and our rover moves forward. What we see, only if both wheels move the same direction, then the rover will go straight forward. How do we make it go backwards? Well, we have to reverse both wheels, which we can do with another digital right. To pin 8, with a 1, and pin 12 with a 0, and now if we turn the rover on, it will drive backwards because both wheels are going backwards. What we see is we need not only manage to make the wheels turn at all with our analog right pin commands, we also need to tell each wheel which direction to go to achieve what we want. There is a simpler way of doing this. And the simpler way to do that is we delete our digital right pin blocks, we delete our analog right pin, all of them, and instead we go to the STEMseals extension, take a drive wheels block, put it first, we put a speed of 50 and leave steer 0, and after the pause we drive the wheels with speed 0 and steer 0. We upload this to the rover. And turn the rover on, and it moves forward, driving both wheels forward. And if we change the speed 50 to 80, upload this to the rover, and our rover is moving faster forward. So what we see is that the speed is a number which provides us no motion if speed is 0, some motion with 50, faster motion with 80, and actually the maximum number for speed is 100. If we put a negative number there, we replace the 80 with negative 50. We upload this program to the rover. And we test again with the reset button. The rover drives backward with speed 50 because we put a negative number there. So negative numbers for speed mean go backwards. Positive number for speed means go forward. How do we steer? You see, so far we have left steer alone. We left it at 0. So now let's add a positive number for steer. I change first to forward again, which means I change speed to positive 50, and I make steer now 20. Upload this program. With speed 50 and steer 20, our rover makes a right turn. Let's change that number 20 to 40. Upload again. Turn it off. This is speed 50, turn 40, and our rover turns more to the right. So the number for the steer variable, when it's positive, the rover turns to the right, and if the number is larger, then it turns more to the right. Let's observe that right wheel. Look closely at the right wheel. The right wheel is not turning at all. The left wheel is turning with the same speed as it would go straight forward, but since the right wheel is not turning, it makes a right turn. Now the question is, what happens if the right wheel turns backwards? Let's increase steer to 100 and load this program again. Turn the rover on with speed 50 and steer 100. Have another look at that right wheel. The right wheel turns backwards, so it's still a right turn, but it's not really a turn. The rover spins. So if the right wheel is turning in the opposite direction than the left wheel, then the rover spins. We achieve that by setting steer to a large positive number. 100 makes it turn right, and 100 is large enough to make it spin. When we had the steer number only 20 or 40, it will only make a slight turn. How do we make a left turn? Let's set steer to -20 and load this program into the microbit. This is now speed 50 and steer -20. The rover turns slightly to the left. A negative number for steer means left turn. A positive number for steer means right turn. Let's make steer -40. This is now speed 50 and steer -40, and we see the rover makes a sharper left turn. I believe you know already what happens if I set steer to -100. Let's try this out. We change the first steer to -100. Turn the rover off. Upload the new program. This is now speed 50 and steer -100. Did you see what the rover did? Reset. Let it do it again. The rover spins towards the left. So now we know the speed variable is a number between -100 and +100, with negative meaning going backwards, positive meaning going forward, and the steer variable is a number also between -100 and +100, meaning a positive number turn right, a negative number turn left. If the number is small, it makes a slight turn. A larger number makes a sharper turn, and large numbers like 80 and 100 make it spin towards the right. If steer is negative, the turn or the spin will be to the left.